The period of Bein HaMetzarim of the 3 weeks is bookmarked by the commemoration of two different tragedies. The first is a tragedy that we commemorate on Yud Zayin B'Tammuz, and that is the day Nishtabu Haluchos, on which the holy tablets were shattered by Moshe Rabbeinu because Bnei Yisrael had been guilty of the Chet HaEgel, of the construction of the golden calf. The second event that we commemorate is on Tisha B'Av, and that is the event, in addition to the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash, of course, of the Chet HaMeraglim, of the sin of the spies who brought back an evil report from the land of Israel. And on that day it was decreed that the generation that was in the Midbar would not be allowed to enter into Eretz Yisrael. Rav Avigdor Nebenzahl, in his Sefer on Bein HaMetzarim, explains the nature of these two sins in a way that can instruct us as to how we can correct those errors during our time. The first sin, he explains, of the Chet HaEgel was brought about because the people felt that they had all the answers. When Moshe didn't come down in time from Har Sinai, they decided that they would construct an Egel HaZahav, a golden calf, to serve as their mode of worship towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Only problem is they didn't ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself for his permission or authorization. Not only that, but they didn't even respect the Chachmei HaTorah of their generation. When Moshe Rabbeinu went up to the mountain, he said that Aharon and Hur would be in charge of decision making. But the people did not ask permission from Aharon and Hur. Instead, they tried to intimidate them. And when Hur got up to protest, we know, according to the Medrash, what happened. They murdered him. And therefore, the sin of the Chet HaEgel was a defiance on the part of the people against the leaders, the Torah leaders of their generation. And this is one understanding one can submit of Bein HaMetzarim, that it's a reminder to us that we have to remain within certain mitzarim. We have to remain within certain boundaries. Much like we read the pasuk in Parshas Balak during this time, that when Bilam wanted to thwart the will of Hashem, the pasuk says, "Vayamon Malach Hashem," the angel of Hashem stood b'mishol hakramim, in a narrow path. Gader mizeh v'gader mizeh, a fence on this side, a fence on the other side. One has to understand and appreciate how you have to remain within those fences and within those boundaries and respect the decisions of the Chachmei HaMesorah of each generation. On the other end of the spectrum was the Chet HaMeraglim. What was the problem with the Chet HaMeraglim? So Rav Nebenzahl explains that the people had preconceived notions of the limitations of Eretz Yisrael, that somehow they wouldn't be able to overcome the giants that were there and the enemies that occupied the land, and it wouldn't be as great and as grandiose as it was made out to be. That the problem was precisely that within the boundaries that had been set by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, there wasn't an appreciation of the expansive possibilities and of the expansive spiritual opportunities within the boundaries that we have been given. In fact, the very name Eretz Yisrael bespeaks how we need to have an appreciation. The word Eretz, which is an important part of the way that we describe the land of Israel, stands for the notion of ratzon, of a desire, of wanting, like Moshe Rabbeinu, to be in the land in order to be able to absorb and exercise its spiritual energy, to become closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So this is the other connotation of Bein HaMetzarim that we have to remember and that we have to remedy, which is that within that which HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us for our growth in this world, there is limitless possibility, and we have to be able to enjoy, and we have to be able to develop those possibilities as expansively as possible.